I'm Jennifer. I'm a PTA and lymphedema therapist at Rehab Dynamics in Covington. I've already added a video on how to drain the upper extremity, so now we're going to work on draining the lower extremity. In the same fashion, we have to open up the good pathways or the good bridges from the neck on the body and above the leg to kind of push that fluid to. So we're still going to start in the neck, we're still going to open up the good lymph nodes under the armpits on the affected side, and we're still going to open up the inguinal or the pelvic lymph nodes on the good side and the bad side. So let's start with what we started with the upper extremity, which is the short neck. So we're going to start right here on the neck, where the neck comes down and meets the traps or the shoulders. You're just going to push down in there 5 to 7 times. You're going to take your hands, curl the fingers back behind the neck, and you're going to push the tissue back and down in one motion. So it's one sweeping motion, back and down, towards the shoulders, 5 to 7 times. Okay. Now you're going to come back down to where the hands were before, kind of at the soft portion of the neck here, where the neck meets the shoulders, and you're going to make a little semicircle pushing towards the neck 5 to 7 times. Get those cervical lymph nodes, and then you're going to come out to the tops of the shoulders and push in towards the neck 5 to 7 times, little semicircles, and that's opening up the shoulder collectors. So obviously I have pants on today. I was in the clinic, so I couldn't wear shorts. The best way to do this, to drain yourself, would to be in shorts so that you can have skin-on-skin contact. If you're not okay with wearing shorts, make sure it's something that's tight-fitting where you can physically feel the skin underneath that fabric moving, because that's the only way that you're going to get to push the fluid. So let's just pretend that it's my right leg. My right leg is swollen, and that's the leg that I need to drain. So I'm going to have to open up the lymph nodes under the right arm. So you take that left hand, put it right where the armpit is, where the armpit meets the trunk, and you're going to do little semicircles going up towards the armpit, 5 to 7 times. Okay. So now I'm going to go down to the right where the hip kind of meets the trunk. Okay. That's your inguinal lymph nodes, and what we're going to do is 5 to 7 circles up towards the same direction of that right armpit. Okay. So now we have to open up the land bridge that connects this pathway. Okay. So we're going to put the left hand right above the inguinal lymph nodes, or where the pelvis meets the body, right above it. We're going to do 5 to 7 circles up towards the armpit. And then come one hand width above it, 5 to 7 circles. Okay. And now we're going to go the whole length, 5 to 7 times. 5 to 7. So that's 1 path, 2 paths, 3. So once again, 5 to 7 paths. Okay. So now we have this pathway open, or the IA anastomosis open. Now we need to open up the anastomosis or land bridge that goes from one inguinal to the other, or one side of the pelvis to the other. Okay. So we're going to go to the good side, open up those lymph nodes there by doing 5 to 7 circles, pushing up kind of towards the body. Okay. The same thing on the bad side, 5 to 7 times, pushing up towards the body. And now we're going to use both hands, because we're going to push across basically from one side of the pelvis to the other. Okay, one side of the pelvis to the other. So we're going to do traveling little semicircles from the bad side, from the swollen side to the healthy side, 5 to 7 times. So now we have all the pathways open, so we can start opening up all the lymph nodes on the leg. Okay. I kick my shoe off here. So leg up on the table, okay? And you're gonna probably have to do this either sitting on your bed, sitting on your sofa, or maybe sitting in a chair with your foot kicked out in front of you. So we've opened up all the pathways. Now we need to start opening up the proximal portion of the leg before we can start pushing the fluid all the way down, okay? So once again, even though we're not working on the body now, there's still pathways that we have to open from top to bottom before we can push all the fluid from the bottom of the leg all the way up, okay? Let's see, make sure I'm in frame here. All right, so we're gonna go to the junction where the leg meets the pelvis, okay? And you're gonna do 5 to 7 circles right over that tendon that you'll feel. Okay? And now you can take both hands and from the knee all the way up to that junction right there, you're gonna push the fluid up, okay? 5 to 7 paths. Everything is done 5 to 7 times. Okay, so that's 5 to 7 paths. Once we get the front of the leg cleared, we have to start moving from the inside of the leg to the outside, or from the medial to the lateral, okay? So on the inside of that leg, you're just going to push to the outside 5 to 7 times, right at the top of the leg. And then once you make 5 to 7 paths, you're going to push from the top of the leg up to the tush, okay? Top of the leg up to the tush. So 5 to 7 paths at the top of the leg, you're going to go another hand width down, right above the knee, same thing. 5 to 7 paths to the side of the leg. From there, you're going to push up the side of the leg 5 to 7 times, okay? So that's going to clear and open the pathways in the thigh. Now we need to go to the knee. You're going to take your hands, one on each side of the knee, and you're going to push down and pull up, just like that, right on the side of the knee. Open up all those collectors 5 to 7 times. And then once that's opened, you can push from one hand width below the knee all the way up to the tush. Okay, 5 to 7 times. Okay, so after that 5th or that 7th pass, you can now move on down to the lower leg. And I'm going to bend my leg. I have long legs, so I'm going to bend it to show you. Obviously, you don't have to do it in this position, however you're comfortable. So now we're going to start from right above the ankle and go the full length of the leg, okay? So right here at the ankles, you're going to use 2 fingers. And what you're going to do is you're going to push down and pull up, just like that, right above the ankle, 5 to 7 times. And then you're going to go to right behind the ankle, down and up 5 to 7 times. And then right below the ankle, 5 to 7 times, okay? So top, behind, below. That opens up all the collectors at the ankle. So now you can take both hands, push up the leg, all the way up to the tush, 5 to 7 times, okay? Okay, so now everything's opened. So now from the foot, you can go all the way down to the toes and push up the leg 5 to 7 times. Okay. Toes all the way up 5 to 7 times. Once you have finished pushing from the toes all the way up to the length of the leg, we're going to go and just kind of facilitate the lymph nodes again to tell them, hey, keep pumping, keep pulling the fluid out of the leg. So we're going to go to the junction where the thigh meets the pelvis. You'll feel that tendon there, so put your hand kind of on that tendon. Little semicircles on it, pushing up towards the body. 5 to 7 times. You're going to come to where your trunk meets your pelvis, where you have those big pelvic or hip bones that people feel. Right above that, you're going to push up towards the body 5 to 7 times. Okay. We need to just do like a little rework across this anastomosis or this land bridge here. So we're going to do that just 2 times, just to tell it, hey, we cleared everything. I just need you to keep working. And then we're going to have to do the same thing on the anastomosis from the pelvis up to the armpit or the axilla 2 times. Okay. And then we're going to facilitate the lymph nodes in the armpit 5 to 7 times. We're going to go back to the ones in the neck by just pushing towards the neck 5 to 7 times. And then we're going to go to the ones on top of the shoulders, just 5 to 7 times. So that is the series on how to drain the leg by yourself.